All right, you guys. All right, you guys, good to see you. I am going to put this on our Miracles, Magic, and Coffee link. So hang out for just a minute. We got a message to Dr. Tom, so we should be having him join us shortly. That's the plan. I got a good show today planned, so we'll see. It's always we have a plan and then we go with the direction it goes. And today's is about gut health, but also gut health when somebody might think they don't have a gut problem. So we'll be talking about that. And what I want to do is get there. That's all in there. I'll give you the link. I want to have a way for you to get healed, help your gut heal. I'll leave this in the comments here. Even if you can't make it to Connecticut to see Dr. Tom or to Bellingham, Washington to see me, here's the link if you want to share with people. It's in the comments. But yeah, so we'll be talking about gut health in just a minute. I'm going to send Tom a little reminder. Hopefully he is on. If not, we will go with directions that I see for gut health. There we go. This is Miracles, Magic, and Coffee. It's our show. Jen has joined us in the past. She doesn't get to join us as much usually because she's homeschooling now, homeschooling our little boys and a whole group of people, so little kids. So she's doing that, and we're on a really cool path of helping families get educated. So one thing, I was on a Facebook group. It's a really cool group of Brett Bowers about the niacin, smart niacin detox. It's using infrared saunas. And if you're on Facebook, you can find him at Smart Niacin Detox. And it's an awesome system. I first heard about it years and years and years ago when I was I had some business consultants that were working with me to help my business in San Diego, my physical therapy, integrative manual therapy practice grow in San Diego. And my consultants were Scientologists. And so one of the things that I never was a Scientologist, but I studied some of their communication methods, and they helped me a lot to be able to talk to doctors. And I can tell you a little bit about something in that world if you want in a minute, till Tom gets on. But yeah, so they had this thing the Scientologists did called the Purification Rundown, and it was using niacin and then increasing doses of niacin to release toxins from your fat cells and from your body, and then to sweat it out. So then you would go in a sauna and you would sweat for like 4 hours a day for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks at a time. And you'd alternate between sauna and getting in a pool, and then sauna, and then exercising. And you would do this for 4 hours as you took a lot of vitamins and minerals to put all the salts back in, and fish oils and that sort of thing. And you would basically sweat out toxins. And I talked to people that had been through it, and they said, a sunburn would come up and then it would go away. And then the next sunburn would come up with the straps in the way that they remember a sunburn came, and then it would go away. And then toxins would come out, and they could smell different toxins. And the Tom Cruise group of celebrities that were Scientologists, they set something up after 9/11 because a lot of the firefighters were dealing with really severe PTSD things and chronic health conditions and Parkinson's-like symptoms and stuff. And so it was the toxins. They had basically breathed in the Twin Towers dust of everything that had been in that big cloud of smoke, and they had breathed it in. And so they set up a center for first responders. I think it might still be there, but they put them through this purification rundown and sweated it out. And the towels that they were on started turning blue. I saw the videos of this at a place called Celebrity Center in Los Angeles, and the towels were turning blue, and they went to test what this was, and it was some of I think it was magnesium or manganese or some kind of like metal that was made from, it was in the Twin Towers. It was the actual metal was getting sweated out. And then I saw the interviews with these firefighters, and they didn't have PTSD anymore. They were okay. And a lot of their neurological symptoms were going away. So around that time, I was also talking with and working with a doctor, MD, PhD, psychiatrist, endocrinologist type person, all sorts of degrees. And she was treating very complex mental disorders and stuff. And she said that she thought that most mental disorders were really just toxicity, like heavy metal poisoning. And so I was just on another group, and they were talking about lead that's in some Himalayan sea salt, and the toxic effects of that. So a lot of things that we consider, diseases of our time, a lot of them weren't around years ago. And there's even a whole nonprofit called ICAN, ICAN. And if you don't know ICAN.org, that's a great group. And their mission statement is to eradicate man-made disease. And that's a weird thing to think, man-made disease. But yeah, man-made disease, because a lot of these weren't around years ago. And and that they really go deep into the research around vaccines, because if you look at the ingredients of vaccines, just if whatever you think about the vaccines, if you just read the peer-reviewed research, it's kind of cool to read it, and you start to read the ingredient list of vaccines. This isn't controversial. This is like, you just look at the ingredient lists that are on the wrapping that comes around every vaccine, and if you go and you research the safety studies on these things like aluminum and aborted fetal tissue and all sorts of polysorbate 80 and formaldehyde. These things are glyphosate, the Roundup ingredient. These things are in the vaccine, and on purpose. But if you look at the safety studies, it's like, ooh, not very safe, causes lots of problems. And there was one of our Facebook friends from these groups that actually called poison control, and she said, hypothetically, if I was to systematically and on a schedule give this to my children, and she listed off the ingredients from the vaccine: formaldehyde, polysorbate 80. She listed the rest of the ingredients that were in there, and they said, "Ma'am, are you doing this?" And she goes, "Well, it's just hypothetical. I just want to know." And they said, "We would have to send Children's Protective Services, because you would be poisoning your kids. You'd be like, that's against the law." And then she told them, "Well, that is the ingredients in vaccines." So it's like, whoa. So even if they're, it's kind of good to check the safety of something, and also the first do no harm thing, and then to check if they're effective on doing something that you think they're supposed to do, like stop some sort of infection. So this has been our world, because when we find people that are dealing with anxiety and depression and chronic gut issues and chronic pains and chronic conditions, let me see if Tom is around. We find that a big part of it is just getting them clean, like not putting bad stuff in their body. We recently went through a period where we were looking at, let me see if Tom is emailing us. Not yet. So hopefully he's on. I really want to get this one bit of information that he has. He got one of his medical degrees with this one bit of information I want to get to you guys. So we'll see if he's on. But we were working with the group that was trying to figure out how to clean up their environment, their health. And so we got a whole basket of the stuff that they were using for their hair products and body care products. And I started looking at all these ingredients, and there was all sorts of ingredients of long chemical names. So I wrote them down, organized it with like, here's this deodorant, here's this shampoo, here's this body lotion, here's this stuff. You can go through the list with makeup and everything else, and then go look at the ingredients. And then what I did was I did an internet search in the peer-reviewed research. There's a great place called greenmedinfo.com. greenmedinfo.com, the work of Sawyer G. And I started looking. It's a place to look for peer-reviewed research for all sorts of things that aren't pharmaceutical related. But it has a lot of safety studies. So I looked at the safety studies of these things and I was like, oh my goodness, this one ingredient that's in deodorant is antifreeze. And this one breaks down into benzene, a known carcinogen. And this one is some other solvent. And this one is used to make paper and another solvent. And it's got these case study safety studies of like it causes this cancer and it causes this condition and it causes that condition. And these were being put on a family and a family's kids. And you think, how could that be? Like, how could the regulatory agencies let products like that be put into substances like that be put into products that go directly on somebody's skin? And somebody might think, well, it's just on the skin. It's just to help stop somebody from sweating or to stop a body odor or to like smell good. And it's like there's a lot of medicines that are used with a patch that goes on a person's body, or they put a lotion on to put a hormone in like testosterone. So it's a known thing that you can deliver medications, substances through the skin. And there's other people in the holistic world, holistic doctors that say if you're going to put something on your skin, it really should be something that you'd be okay to eat because it goes into your skin. So these things are all part of our world, because one thing I noticed is you can imagine, like, if somebody were to put like maybe somebody works at a gas station or some sort of auto repair, engine repair place, and they come home with lots of petroleum oil all over their body and smell of gasoline. You can imagine they'd walk into your house. If they stayed in your house for the hour, if even after they left, you would smell gasoline, and you might smell it for a long time. And that whole third-hand smoke idea, a smoker, even if they're not smoking in your house, they're off-gassing, and those things affect us. So one of the things to look for when you're looking at health is just like, what are you putting on you, and what are you putting in your environment? It's like, is this Tom yet? I don't know if Tom's coming on, you guys. So you might have got called away again. I don't see an email, but this is good information just to get out there, because if you want help to see, is there something you're doing that's causing a problem, let me know, message me, Ralph@ralphhavens.com, or go to autoimmuneanswers.com and sign up and send me a message of what you're going through. Because I can find what the offending things are. Jen and I are really good at that. And we've been asking people if they want Jen to be on some of these Facebook Lives and YouTubes. And it looks like there's a bit of an interest. So we might try it out and see if people are interested in that, because she has a lot of information. She found something just yesterday, and we can sniff it out, literally sniff it out with our noses. And like, there's something going on here. And we found something that can really literally help a family's health, decrease anxiety and make them healthier and avoid things in the future. Because the things that are going on in the environment used to not be as toxic. Well, we had some toxic stuff always, coal trains and that sort of thing. There's a lot more toxins in the environment, and it could be why we have such an increase in gluten sensitivity and asthma and allergies and autoimmune conditions of all sorts and gut problems. So we want to, some people go to so many different people and links to try to heal. They might have neck pain and anxiety and some gut problems, and they're seeing a naturopath, and they're seeing this doctor, and they're getting acupuncture and maybe getting chiropractic, and yet they're still having all these chronic things, and they're just kind of managing it. And the thing is, I think everybody's body is doing the best it can do. And when we see somebody that's not healing, especially if they're like getting a lot of good care, chiropractic, naturopathic, trying to eat right, trying to live a good life, trying to put natural products on themselves, a lot of times the things they're doing are literally causing their health problems. and it's kind of like a river that's polluted. You could keep trying to just take the toxins out of the river, but if you go upstream and just say, oh, well, look, it's being polluted right here, and stop that, a little time goes by and the river heals. And the body's kind of like that. Like if you can just stop doing the stuff that hurts it physically, the toxins, you can heal a lot of stuff. And while there's a lot of other things to look at, you know, mental, emotional, spiritual blocks to healing, and that's a whole other thing, and it's a big part of our work helping people heal. A lot of it can simply be to stop doing stuff that hurts. Stop doing stuff that hurts. I've seen somebody that had gotten really well from high blood pressure thing and would come way down, and we had shifted one thing in the nutrition, and her blood pressure spiked again. And we're like, what happened? And we looked, it's like, oh, she got a little bit of this offending substance. So so that's good to know, because then we can stop it. So I'm going to check our YouTube and see if anybody's got any comments. Comment if you have any. I don't see Tom.
He's having technical difficulties.
You just can't get on?
He said, I'm having iPhone problems, Zoom, phone, and all apps are not hold. It keeps shutting off, trying to sign. I'm going to power down. Sorry.
Oh, so he's just out?
I don't know. He might power down and power up.
Okay, we'll see if he comes on. So, all right. So we'll see if he's on. If you have any questions, if you're on YouTube right now, let me know, comment. And if not, we will, we'll just wait for Tom a little bit. And if he's not on in a few minutes, we'll call it a little sooner than usual. I'm gonna put in his, I'm gonna leave his site in here, because what I wanted to do, let me go see if I can find it on his site. I'm gonna share my screen. Let's share screen. Yeah, I'm gonna go here, share screen. So this is Tom's site. And Tom has multiple medical degrees. You can go look at him here. I'll walk you through his site, imtwellnesscenter.com. So there's his team, and yeah, Nancy's amazing. I don't know Olga right off, but there's Tom. And we'll go look at Sharon. This is Sharon, our leader, the late Sharon Giammatteo. Awesome. She used to call me her little buddy. So that makes me happy just to think about that. But here's where what I was gonna be sharing. And let me just share this too. So we had somebody that bought this book from Amazon and from Tom Body Wisdom, and it's a way to do different hand positions to help your healing, and it helped her quite a bit. This one here is stuff that I used in the past to improve my pelvic floor health. So all the men's and women's health issue stuff. This is for necks and backs. This book is incredible. As you can see, mine is like very well worn, and it's got stuff for, like here's how to release stuff in an artery. Here's how to release stuff in the kidney. Here's, let's get to another good one. Here's some carotid artery techniques. Here's stuff for the uterus. Real simple positions, but really powerful. So that's the red book. We call it the red book. And here's many more books. This reflection therapy book is a way to clear mental, emotional, spiritual stuff. It's like literally a 1-minute technique that you do once a day. And elimination diet books. So some CDs. Here's where you can actually learn how to do some integrative manual therapy for yourself. Bone bruise technique. I literally had to take, I don't know, 5 or 6 classes before they even let me take this class to learn this one technique. Disruption of membrane technique, like leaky guts and other problems. This is amazing, muscle energy technique. Strain, counter strain, the positional release techniques. There's more strain, counter strain. Here's a bunch of DVDs. So I took 110 classes in this method, and I don't see the part I was looking for. Let's see. Nutritional well. Whoa. Integrated services, treatment, nutritional wellness. I think it might be in here. Is what I wanted to talk about. Who's gluten-free? Treatment. Products. I think we already went through that. I'll find it. But there's a whole bunch of supplements that are really valuable. We'll find that. So yeah, so that's how you can find Tom. And it looks like he's having a real hard time with Zoom. Zoom's been funny for me too lately. It didn't let me do Facebook today as well as I wanted to. Usually it does. But so anyway, well, reach out because there's a product called GI Regen. And it's literally what Tom spent one of his medical degrees, his naturopathic degree, his research was on the substances in that, these natural substances. And we will reach out to him again and talk about GI Regen. Let me just see if he's emailing me at all. Yeah, let's see. One of the things that, nope, I don't see him. One of the things that was wonderful working and learning from Tom and Sharon and that whole team was there's a way to clear rage and there's a way to clear anxiety and fear. And when things go wrong like this or doesn't work, there's a way to still be at peace. So if you're interested in that, message me. You can go find that at ralphhavens.com/crush imposter syndrome. The masterclass for healing is autoimmuneanswers.com. Tom's site is imtwellnesscenter.com. And I'll let you guys go now because it looks like Tom's having an issue with it. We'll see hopefully all next week. And let's heal yourself and heal the world.